So this is my paper on culture, family, and education. And pretty much my story isn't too elaborate or too crazy, but the one thing that, or the one tradition that my family holds is that we like to have big families. And that's mostly on my mom's side. My mom was one of eight, and my grandma was one of 18, and I am one of eight. So having a big family is part of the tradition in my household. My dad's side, not as much. He was only one of five, and his grandma was only one of seven, which is still kind of big, but not as big as what my mother's side has always been. And being in a big family, you have a lot of expectations and you learn a lot. I think mostly like sharing and responsibilities, and I think those are the two main things that have really influenced my life and my education. But yeah, so those are the main things. I think sharing and responsibility are the two biggest things that you get from a big family. But along with the other things, roles really didn't have a big part in my family. It was more about doing things if you could, doing chores if you could, helping out when you can. But being a younger sibling, I was always tasked with more of the chores because my older siblings had done it before me, and I guess it was my turn to do or to pick up on their slack and to continue to teach my younger siblings how to do things and how to take responsibility and man up for other stuff like that. As far as involvement, my family was pretty involved. Coming up in a big family, you know a lot of people because each of your brothers and sisters has a different set of friend groups, and each of them has their different families. So my family was in contact with a bunch of different families. And in the community, my dad helped coach the soccer and lacrosse teams, and my mom volunteered at our elementary school and at the church whenever she could. As far as academic development, it really wasn't a huge impact on academic. I mean, there were some aspects of having a big family that made me excel in academics a little more, but the main thing was competitiveness. I'm super competitive, and I think that's because of my big family, and I was always trying to be better than my brothers and sisters. And so in school, I would always try to answer questions first, or I would always try to get the highest grade in grade school and high school. And I was just trying to be better than everyone else, which I admit probably isn't the best thing. I should probably be focused not on trying to be better than everyone else, but trying to advance and help everyone else advance. But my competitive nature got in the way, and I'm starting to realize that, and I've tended to ease up on my competitiveness as of lately. But I think along with that, another aspect of, or another behavior that you learn from a big family is respect. And I try to give my professors as much respect as they deserve, or as I should give. I mean, I try to speak politely. I just do things in a respectful manner because that's how I was brought up, because I was always having to respect my older brothers and sisters and my mom and dad. And I guess for reading and writing, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she helped me. I never went to daycare, so she helped me with reading and writing and my first steps through that. So I guess that was one way that I learned how to read and write, and I think that helped me more because my family was super social, and you always had somebody to talk to, or someone was always reading to you. So that's another aspect of how it has impacted me, but that wasn't too much of an impact. But overall, I think having a big family was a good thing for me, and I'm kind of glad that I grew up in a big family because it made me the person who I am today, and I don't think I could ask for anything else.